Oh, it is chilly today. Hello and welcome to another video from me where I'm riding and then stopping to do some talking. Oh, because it is chilly. Where is the spring? This is the parking. Look. I don't think this is the parking. I think I've gone the wrong way. Oh! Let's have a look, see what's down there. It said Anlieger frei. I shouldn't have gone down here, should I? Hey, this is the lake. Look. Cool. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone down there. I think the parking is a bit further up. Still, that is a cool place. I'll probably get told off. I better go. Lagerplatz Sindersbachtal Landschaftsschutzgebiet. Okay, I think I was definitely not supposed to be in there. There it is, look. How could... Oh, that one doesn't have benches. Let's go to the one with benches. Woo! Speeding for no reason. Look, here's the other P sign. Oh, this is not easy to get into, is it, when you're going fast? Got to slow down there. Right, which one's the nicest bench? I choose you. Okay. I've got a bit of a problem. I've parked in a shitty spot. Okay, I've got two problems. That's better. Right. So, Phil has put a chain oiler on my bike, which is fantastic. Thank you very much, Phil. And I forgot to twist it before I left. And now the problem is that thing is right next to my exhaust, which is boiling hot. I'm either going to burn myself or not burn myself. What do you think? Should I just leave it until it's cooled down while I do some answering questions for the Q&A? Upside down. I'm still really snotty. Oh, I need a tissue. I didn't bring any tissues, did I? I mean, this camera lens looks a bit weird. Oh well. I'm sure it's fine. For the Q&A. The Q&A. I'm excited. I read the questions when they came in, like ages and ages ago. And it's been a while now. Ooh, let's get you sat there, look. It's been a while now, and I can't remember what questions there were now. I've forgotten them all. Right. I thought today, right, we could do the English Q&A, and then in a few days I'll sit in my garden and do the German Q&A with the kiddywinkles around so that I can ask them how they pronounce stuff. Oh no! Oh no! Fail! Oh no! I'm not connected to the internet. Oh life. This is it's beautiful here. No internet, not gonna work. This is so nice here though. Look, it's got benches. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else with possibly no benches for sitting, or just do a Q&A another day in my garden. Or next time, be better prepared and print out all the questions. That would have been better, wouldn't it? We could do that another day. Right, back on the bike then. Sun's coming out, look. I don't think I'm going to be able to touch that. Oh lordy, it's so close. I'm going to have to leave it today. The chain looks quite oily already, actually. Okay, we'll just leave it for now. We'll tell Phil about the problem. That didn't sound too good, did it? Well, let's not turn the bike off again. We'll do Q&A another time. Service reset, what are you talking about? Do I need a service? I probably do need a service. Hello and welcome to another video from me. On the road again to talk about rubbish today. Look at that big puddle. This is why I haven't been out a lot recently, because the weather has just been absolute pants. But today looks kind of decent. I'm out on my bike again, but the battery is not very good. It's playing up a bit. So we're not going to stop. Oh, I forgot to tuck my top in, didn't I? There's a gap somewhere up here, I can feel it. Oh well. I'll just get a bit cold. Oh, my bike, I love you so much. It has been a long time since I've been on my bike. I don't even know how long, like maybe over a year or something. The floor is a little bit squiggly wiggly damp today, and it has been raining lots and lots and lots recently. So there's muddy puddles everywhere, and we did need rain, didn't we, after that long dry summer of dry and dry and dry months with no rain we had in the summer. Oh, goodness me. Oh, this is all cold and squiggly. What have I done? When was the last time I came out? It was like New Year, I think, wasn't it? New Year, and then today, 4 months later in April, 4 months I haven't been riding again. But yeah, the weather has just been absolute pants. Oh, I love you, bike. Oh man, I love my bike. I ride other bikes and then I come out on this bike and I'm like, yeah, this is why I bought this bike. I remember now. Because the way I sit on it is just perfect for my body shape. It's like we're one. We are one. Oh, 70. I'm not going crazy today anyway because the weather's rubbish. It's the best it's been in a while, but it's still not perfect as it's not sunny. So yeah, we're taking it easy today. We've got no pressure. Just going to have a little ride and a little chat. It's what, like 8 degrees today, and it's middle of April. All the leaves on the trees have only just started to grow and come out. What has been happening this year? Why has this been happening like this year? You know what, I've been waiting to get in the garden and do some gardening, but it's too bloody cold all the time and you have to stay indoors and it's all boring. I can't wait to just be out all the time in the sunshine and feel hot outside. That'll be nice. Tractors. I like tractors, they're funny. I sound a bit like a tractor. I think I'm in the wrong gear. There we go, that's better. Now I'm living in the country. I'm really getting into the whole doing your garden and growing your own food stuff. I really like it. I like growing stuff and changing the garden. And I was looking earlier at getting some, what they called, Kletterpflanzen, so plants, climbing plants, for an area of my garden that butts onto a neighbour's garden, and the neighbour's garden is not looked after, so it just looks terrible. So I think getting some plants that climb along that fence, which isn't really a fence, it's just a wire fence, so you can see straight through it and just look into the terrible garden of rubbish. Well, it's not rubbish. It's not like she's messy. She doesn't like collect rubbish and put it in her garden, thank goodness. But she just doesn't look after it at all, so it looks a mess. And her doggy goes in there and poos everywhere. So yeah, I'd quite like something in the way. And I think a little planty that has some flowers on it would look nice over there, I don't know. I'm such an old woman now, like I'm in my 30s and I'm talking about gardening and I feel like such an old, boring person. I'm all grown up. I'm a grown up. It's happened. I'm sure in the summer when I'm able to ride again I'll feel a bit more like me, but at the moment I do feel a bit like I'm a boring wife at home person that does nothing else, which is true. I don't do anything else. You know, like when you're a teenager and when you're in your early 20s, you kind of find out who you are as a person. And then you go and have children, and that person that you thought you were kind of disappears for a while until you're able to like get out on your own again, and then you can be that person again. Because when I'm at home, I feel like my kids are my number one priority, and looking after the house, and yeah, I don't really get up to much else. What is this on the road, eh? It was stonies everywhere. This is really slippery today and cold. At least there's not loads of leaves like there was last time. I wonder if we'll see any wildlife. It's amazing living in the countryside and seeing wildlife every now and again. I do find it totally amazing. It's much better than living in the suburbs where you don't see any wildlife apart from foxes. For example, I went and did a German test recently, a B2 German test. And I think I aced it, but I haven't got anything back yet because they take a while to mark all the tests. Anyway, when I came back on the train and I was walking from the train station back to our house, I saw a weasel just like walking about, just on the road, just Mr. Weasel walking about. And I was like, wow, I've never seen a weasel that big before. I've been walking back from dropping my girl off at kindergarten before and just seen some deer just lurking about on a piece of land that I would think that deer wouldn't be able to get to because it's like surrounded by houses. And yeah, stuff like that just happens around here. And there's just I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, walking about with my girlies in the village, and we saw 2 hawks making babies, having sex on top of a building. And I said to my little girl, "Did you see them? They were making babies." And she was like, "No." And I said, "But you saw the man one went on top of the lady one and he flapped about a bit." She was like, "Yeah, but I didn't see any babies." And I had to explain to her, bless her, she's almost 5, so she knows nothing about this yet. I had to explain to her that the lady will grow the babies in her tummy, well, in the eggs, and then the eggs will come out, and then she'll have to look after the eggs, and then after a while eggs will hatch, and then you'll see the babies. It takes a while. She was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't explain to her that she took 9 months from the act to the coming out to grow. I think that's a bit too much for her brain to cope with at the moment. 9 months is a very long time for an almost 5-year-old to think about. Oh, lots of kids over there. Do they do anything on the Saturday before Easter here special? I don't know. I have seen a lady in my village walking around with a cart, and I don't know what that was about, and I didn't stop and ask because I was on my motorbike. So what are they doing? That looks interesting, doesn't it? They had like clackety-clack thingies. What's that about? All the horses are like, "What's going on today? Chilly nipples." Phil said to me this morning, "So where are you going to ride?" And I was like, "The same ride I did last time." And he seemed a bit surprised that I wasn't going to go somewhere else today. And I'm sitting there thinking, actually, I'd quite like to do the same road and practice it, because I know there's no crazy surprise roads down here that suddenly go in other directions. No crazy zigzags where I'm going to fall off a hill into a bush or something. I have been missing England a little bit more recently, but I think that's because the weather here has just been so rubbish and being stuck indoors all the time. Like, I always miss my family, obviously, but I have been missing, I don't know, just English stuff, like wind. Why would I miss wind? I don't know. I did. There was a few hours where I missed English wind, missed English roads and English faces and English people. This bike, right, this screen has actually broken from all the vibrations now. I don't know whether I should be buying a new screen or just leave it until it cracks a bit more. It's a bit annoying. And this part of the bike here where the battery sits, the cover that comes on and off it is really, I don't know, squeaky, cheap plastic. It wasn't a very expensive bike, was it? So, oh, here we go. Yeah, my bike wasn't very expensive, so for the price that I paid for it, I am still super pleased with this bike. Some people pay like 3 times the price for their bikes, don't they? How much did I pay for this one? Like 4,000, that was it. 4,000 for a cute little bikey that I really love. Can go fast when I want it to, but not ridiculously fast. I like riding this bike, it's fun. And she's got a crazy KTM personality where it's all a bit rattly and a bit loud and a bit wiggly. I think the brand KTM, I do really like the KTM brand. I think if I had to get another bike, if this one broke, I think I probably would stick with KTM again. Oh, I've got a chilly face. Yeah, so I think I'm going to achieve my goal this year of making more than one video, because I'm out here right now riding, aren't I? Woohoo! Yeah, like, I'm not really feeling like me at the moment, but hopefully with more riding and that this year, I will get back to being a bit more me-ish. It's like I've forgotten how to have fun. I've just turned into mummy, tell everyone what to do all the time. It's funny how being a parent does that to you. I need to get my silliness back. I need to find it. It's probably locked up in a cupboard. Where do I get my silliness? Where have I put it? Oh, they've got a funny crown egg thing too, look. Funny crown egg thing. We've got one of them in our village too. Such nice villages round here. Someone asked me in one of my videos if this place where I'm riding, Mein Spessart, if it's always so empty of cars. And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. The roads around here are stunning. Really beautiful. Like, you've seen them in my video here. Like, beautiful roads. So smooth and car free. I think more people from England need to come here on holiday. As a holiday spot for bikers, I can't, like, yeah, it's not mountains, is it? But if you want to go through forests on nice swirly wiggly flat roads without traffic, please come here, because it's amazing. Yeah, Germany does get quite hot in the summer, like about 30 to 40 degrees. But if you're riding in the forest, and you're not going to feel it as much, it's actually going to feel quite nice and comfortable. And there's loads of hotels around here, and they don't really look all that full ever. Gästezimmer, like where people rent out a room. God, every time I get on this bike, I feel like I'm in Moto 3, every time. Oh man, I love this bike. See, I don't have to be doing like mega speeds. I just love it. I just love riding bikes. Why has it been 4 months since I've ridden a bike? This road's nice actually, because it's not in the forest, it's out in the open. I'm going to have to go and do another road, I think. I've got time, even though it's trying to rain on me. Go away, rain! Out on a bike, eh? This year I do want to do a little holiday, just me and my bikey and some camping. And I'm not really sure where to go. So if anyone has any ideas of a cool area where I can go on my bike, I think I would like to go on my own. I don't think I want to meet up with lots of people or anything. I think I just want a meditative retreat on my own, because I don't get much time on my own at all, being a mummy to 2 wonderful little girlies. Yeah, I don't get the time on my own at all. So to make up for that, I think I really want to go out on the bike somewhere and camp and not talk to anybody for 2 days. No one, no talking. So I need a really quiet campsite in a good area for biking, that's probably like 1 day of riding there and then 1 day of riding back. So if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. I'm open to all your suggestions. If I rode up to the seaside, I think that would just take too long. That wouldn't then be 2 days, would it? That would be like probably 3 or 4, because then I'd want to spend like at least a day at the seaside making sandcastles. Oh man, I really need to wipe my nose. This is ridiculous. Oh man, going out with a snotty nose and a helmet is never a good idea. Hello, Scheipach. Yeah, I had a German test recently, a B2 German test. The B2 German test can get you lots of things. If I wanted to do my citizenship here, I think I would need a B2. If I want to do studying or Ausbildung, like an apprenticeship. So yeah, there's quite a few things that you need a B2 for. It opens lots of doors. And I went to Frankfurt for that last month. It was brilliant. Again, just getting out on my own, doing something. I went off on the train to Frankfurt. But then when I got to Frankfurt, I remembered, oh yeah, I don't really like cities very much. Full of people, and lots of them outside the train station are really scary looking. Like, we've seen this documentary before of people that hang around near the train station in Frankfurt because they're on drugs. And there was loads of them, loads and loads of druggy people just standing about and doing weird stuff and talking weirdly, and oh man, it was crazy. And then I remembered that my aunt had come here on holiday, when was it, in December, early December? And she stayed in Frankfurt for a few days with her daughter, and then she wanted to come and visit us here, but she couldn't because we were all super sick. So she stayed in Frankfurt for a few more days, and she said it was a really good holiday. And then yeah, when I went there I was like, all the druggies! And it must just be that one part of the town, the city that's terrible, because she had a really good time in Frankfurt. Yeah, and my test went really well. There's 4 bits to the test. There's reading, writing, listening and speaking. The bit that I spent a lot of time practicing for was the writing, because my German writing was terrible, but I managed to I think I managed to do a really good writing test, but I haven't got the results back yet. So when the results come back, we'll see how I did. Hopefully I've passed it. I was super tired on the actual day of the test, because I think my daughter just did not sleep at all. He didn't want to stop, did he? He was just like, oh, stop here. God, my bike has done 14,000 miles now, is it? Is that right? Yeah, 14,000. Really? That seems rather a lot. That's crazy. No. That's what it's got on the odometer here, 14,000 miles. Have I really done 14,000 miles on my bike? I remember I bought it, and then we did like a few tours, like to England and to Spain. And then I got pregnant, and then I couldn't ride it for ages. So I'm a bit surprised that there's 14,000... Oh, it's kilometres, isn't it? Kilometres is... So what's that in miles then? Probably like 10,000? I have had it a long time though. So my daughter's going to be 5, my oldest one. So then I've had it 6 years? Oh, come on, indicate. Bloody hell. Germans cannot do roundabouts. They are terrible. And the rules here for indicating on roundabouts are ridiculous. You only indicate when you're coming off. So you can't tell anybody where you're going when you're leading up to the roundabout. It's always a surprise. I hate it. They should just adopt the English rules for roundabouts, I think. And with the 2-lane thing, you know, like in English roundabouts, you have 2 lane coming onto the roundabouts. In the city near here, in Würzburg, there's a roundabout with 3 lanes on it. And like, I think there's like 3 lanes coming on it and stuff, in lots of different directions. And they just don't get it there either. They just go all willy-nilly directions, and everyone's like, in their cars, they don't know what to do. Right, let's go this way. Bit more of an open road, this one. This is such a cool little bridge. And the river is super high because of all the rain we've had, look. Oh man, I really do miss the sea. It is super weird having lived my whole life near the sea and then moving away from it. It is very strange. And it's not even like I was that often at the seaside, but like, it was just always there. Like a friendly neighbour. And now I miss him. Oh man, I love this bike. I love this bike. I want to go do a track day on it again or something. I don't think there's anywhere around here where I can do that though. I don't think track days are as much of a thing in Germany because they already have all the nice roads to ride on. And you don't really need to go and do a track day to have nice empty roads. So I don't know, maybe I don't need one. Maybe I just need to get out more. Track days are so much fun though, aren't they? Goodness me. Hear all that vibration on my bike. Oh man, these crazy plastic vibrations. I think because this is a littler engine on this bike, when you're going like 100 and stuff, it does actually feel like you're going faster because you can hear the engine. It's like, oh, we're going fast. Whereas on a bigger bike, when you get to 100, it's like, yeah, whatever, keep going. And then you get to like, I don't know, 150 and it's like, now we're going fast. Whereas, yeah, this one's like 100. It's much more fun. Anyway, that's about it from me today, I think. I'm going to go home now and rest my little coldy toes. And I'll see you probably for the Q&A in my back garden soon. Bye.